Hello everyone, this is Vicky StitchNButton, and we are here for Flosstube number 86. Today is July 28th. I think I called it June last time. Whatever. It's whatever. Anyway, it's the end of July. We're going into August. Kids are going to be starting school soon. I think Haley's going in 10th grade this year. And hopefully it starts cooling off a little bit, although August usually gets just a little bit worse before it gets better, doesn't it? Cooler weather soon to come. I have the giveaway to announce. I did draw a winner. I have a finish. I have a few different whips that I worked on and some plans and just one thing to show that I bought. So let's get into it, I guess. First, I want to say hi to Maggie. That's Becky's daughter. She just got out of the hospital, and I hope she is well on the way to mending. She was not feeling well at all. And then I haven't said hi to Cole lately. Hope Cole's doing okay. I had a finish, and this is planned because when I did my Crystal Academy stuff, I picked a couple things that I knew would be finished either in the first set of working on them or the second set. And this one is called Winds of Change. I stitched this on Barely Blue Joglin 28 count, and I used what I have dubbed my dead threads. Those are threads that are no longer made or available to purchase. This is a freebie from Cricut Collection, and I'm trying to look for a year on it. I don't know if it has it. Oh, June 2012 it has on there. And it says, when the winds of change blow, adjust your sails. I did not pull out my board, but here it is. I didn't have too much more to stitch on this, and I was supposed to stitch 750 stitches. I ended up not even having the full 750 to finish this off, but I'm happy with it. So this is more than likely going to get framed. I think I'll end up framing this one, but I like that. Sometimes when I show it, you really can't see the lettering on there because the contrast is not as well as it should be, but it'll be fine. I think I'm going to end up putting something dark behind it when I frame it, so it'll pop out just a little bit better. But I'm happy with this. This was a quick stitch. It was really easy also, if you can find the freebie. So that is Winds of Change. I think I started this last year. I don't know, it wasn't that long ago. I need to get into finishing, and last year I said I need to do FFOing. I need to get some of this stuff, and I FFO'd just a couple of things, and that's it. And it takes so much to get everything out and figure out what I want to do. It makes a big mess. And I'm busy making bags most of the time. Alright, so finishing that up, and I don't have these in chronological order because the next thing I worked on after that is actually on the bottom, so we'll just go with what's at the top of my pile. Last night, since we finished up the 6 different whips, there's what's called a field trip on this Crystal Academy thing, and they hadn't announced anything as of last night, but I wanted to get a little bit of stitching in, so I just pulled out something I haven't worked on in a while, or something that was easy, and that ended up being this Star Wars. This was sent to me from my friend Jay Long, and it was on Ada. I chose a different fabric. What's it called? Somebody's request. It's from James the Needle. It's called Holly's Request. It is, I don't know what count. I think it might be 32 count, if I'm not mistaken. And this is, I wasn't very far when I started, and I only put in 88 stitches. I wrote it down last night. So let's move this. This was done, the light part here was all done, and then a little bit of this blue, this is a blended thread. what I ended up doing was finishing off the thread that was there for this, and then I picked up this light blue and put that there, and then I jumped back over here. I was very scatterbrained. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to work on next on this, so it was what it was. It only got 88 stitches. I'll probably put a few more in, and before I put it away, I should put in at least the other 12 stitches. That way I get 100, and I'll just put that on one of the cabins for magical stitches. This is C3PO. He's available on my group. And it did come with Ada, and I am using the threads that came with it, but I just didn't want to use the Ada, so I picked that other cool fabric. So that's that. I'm going to put this over here because I'm going to at least finish those 12 stitches. This one, I can't remember if I worked on it at all, so I'm going to show it anyway. This is True Colors. It's from StitchLife Magazine. They have a website. There's not much on the website, but there's a lot more on the Facebook group. And this was a freebie. You can get it from the Facebook group. And I pulled the fabric I pulled for this one. I'm trying to remember. Bear with me. It's an opalescent. And I know I had the butterfly done before. I might have done this lettering. But I had pulled it out to work on one night, and I don't know that I worked on it that much because I was probably tired. Here it is. Crystal Whimsy 28 count from Picture This Plus. And I'm using the called for DMC. So, like I said, I'm not sure if I thought I had the butterfly in last time. I might not have. But I'm pretty sure the last time I worked on this, I put in some letters and that was it. I usually work on it. Well, I say usually, but I just started it. I've been working on it on a Friday night in Virtual Stitchers. And I'm not putting it towards any of my challenges or anything, so it's just free stitching. It's so weird to just stitch just for the sake of stitching, right? Oh my goodness. This over here, bear with me. Alright, so I don't get it lost. But I keep it out just to throw a couple stitches in here and there and figure, look at that. It's not that large. Megan May, she just finished hers. I helped her turn her butterfly into a dragonfly. It has more meaning with a dragonfly. And it turned out really good. Alright, the next thing I did, well, next thing that's on the pile is One Nation. One Nation from Bygone Stitches. I've showed this. A lot of people have shown this. I kitted this up when it was new, back in, what, 2009, maybe? I think that's the year that was on it. 2010. And it sat and sat and sat. And then I finally started about 2 years ago, I guess. And I put another 1,000 stitches in this. Maybe not since the last time you saw it, but I finished off the second extra credit set of 1,000 stitches, and that's how far I've gotten. So I know that I know it's so damn big, and I use the hashtag 1BANation because it stands for one big ass nation. It's a big old piece. Anyway, I know that I had a little bit done over here and then a little bit done over here. So it was driving me crazy. I had to join it all together. I did that, and then I moved on, and I made sure to take this out of the Q-snap so I can move over and finish these 2 lines. I figure 2 lines at a time is a good thing. So I'll just keep on going over and do another 1,000 stitches for extra credit on this. This one is using the called for threads, although I've said it before, you really can just use white. Or the 3865, is that what it's called? I don't know, that winter white, or B5200 if you really want to. And use a darker shade than what it calls for. This one calls for ale. I would go a couple shades darker than that so the stars will show up. So, put this in here. Alright, another one that I worked on was Halloween Delivery. I had to do 750 stitches on this, and I thought I was going to be closer to a finish, and I'm not. This is a Plum Street Samplers. I think I started it last year or a year before. I didn't mark it down. Might have been the year before. Anyway, I had all this done and some of the bird and these reins. And I just had the bird, the little scarf, the flower, and the sign. The sign is deceptively large because it is full coverage. And the bird is deceptively large because it's almost full coverage. But I did get my 750 stitches in on this, and I am positive the next time this comes around, I will end up with a finish. So here's the carriage part that I had already had done anyway. This is, by the way, done on 28 count kaleidoscope from Hand by Fabrics by Stephanie. And that's how far I got. There are a couple more stitches here. There's 4 stitches there of one color that need to go into the sign. That's why I haven't done it. So when I start the sign, I'll do those 4 stitches and get that done. But I was able to color complete a couple of things. There's a couple of things that just need a stitch here, a stitch there, a few there. Like this is color completed. So I got to put some colors away. So I'll just need to finish his belly portion and his feet, and then that sign, and then he will be called done. So very close to a finish. A few more weeks, I'll get him done. And if it's not 750 stitches, then I'll have to choose another one. But if it's more than 750, I'm definitely getting it done on this run, for sure. After I finished Winds of Change, I still needed 135 stitches to finish up the 750, so I had to choose a new one. I decided to choose a simple one that I can get pretty close to a finish if I use it for the challenge. So I picked out this one that I started. This is Connie G's designs, and we were using this for, I know I wrote it down somewhere. I think it was the Connie G SAL. There was a hashtag we were using. I thought I wrote it down somewhere. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I started this because I think a bunch of us were doing a few of her designs. And it might have been Connie's idea too. Anyway, I'm using Vintage Country Mocha on this in 28 count. She has her designs on Etsy. Connie G Designs on Etsy. And I want to do this one and make it into a drum. I think it'd look cute as a drum. So I picked out Victoria Motto threads and white. And this is where I am at with it. What I ended up doing to get my 130 something stitches in was outlining these 2 stars and then filling in the white until I was done the stitches that I needed. So that's all I ended up getting done on this. So let me see. I figure, I think it was about 65 stitches or so, 75 stitches per star. I'm not going to get it done with 750 stitches, but it'll get a good portion done. And then I could take 75 years to make it into a drum, because that's how I roll, right? All right. That is what I stitched. Hang on. Reset. I forgot to put this pattern away. Oh, please. Can't get myself that messed up. All right. So, this is my working copy. That can go in the trash. I have plans to work on something other than the 6 that I've been working on, which is a good thing. I also have plans for a new SAL. I was watching Stitch and Jules, and she came up with, she was showing some of her designs, and I really liked the one, and then I decided it needed to be a SAL. This one is going to be the hashtag remember 9/11 SAL. Remember 9/11 SAL, all one word. And I'm proposing, because it's the 20th anniversary of the Twin Towers being hit, I'm proposing stitching on anything patriotic or in memory of the Twin Towers, your choice. But I am going to work on New York City Twin Towers scene. It's very colorful. You see, I have math. I also I put out a whole, I took a picture and numbered fabrics, and I did a poll, and although 5-1, I ended up going with number 4, for different reasons. So I had picked fabrics. Two of them, one of them was really cool, and I really wanted to use it, but then I started thinking, it's an opalescent. It would have had to been 1/1 on 28 count, and opalescent, if anybody uses that, knows that it's already hard to see the holes as it is, so to do 1/1 would be a nightmare, and I'd never finish it. I know I wouldn't. And then there was a almost black 310, almost totally black. There's a side joke in there. Anyway, there was one that was almost black, and that was 28 count, and I thought the colors would pop really good on there, but again, it'd have to be 1/1, and I just wasn't in the mood for it. Then there was an almost black, like a lighter shade of almost black. That makes sense. It was like a really charcoal. It's called Old Top Hat from Dames of the Needle. And that was definitely in the running. And then I ended up using Mirage. I chose Mirage for it, which is a gray. I know I could have used the one that everybody wanted me to. It was a Fortnite Fabrics. I forget exactly what it was called, but it was one of their lighter blues. Looked like a blue sky. But this is more the sentiment of what was seen that day. I mean, if you think about it, right? So that's what I want to go with, and I think it's really going to look good. The colors will pop. And this is 32 count, so I can do 2/2 on this 32 count. So I went and pulled all the threads, and I even did the floss toss, and that's when I made sure that that's what I wanted. And after I did that, I said, well, I need a bag now. So what I ended up doing was, I'll take this out so you can see. I'll do this. I went to my Cricut because I'm obsessed with my Cricut lately. And I took one of my smaller mesh bags that I had, and I made this. What this is black vinyl, and then I took a translucent silver glitter vinyl and put it right on top of it, so it's layered to look like that. And from talking to my friends, they think I should make these and offer these, so I'm going to do so. I just ordered the regular size bags. I'll show you. It's more like this size, which is, I think it's approximately 11 by, no, is it that big? I think so. It's like 11 by 17 or, no, 14. You know, if anybody had a ruler around here, yeah, it's about 15 by 17, 14 by 17, and that's what I'm going to put this on. And I've ordered the bags so I can make them, and I want to pre-make them, and then I'll put them on the group, on the Facebook group, if anybody's interested. Just not yet. I just have to wait for the bags to come in and make some of them, because I don't want to rush myself and get all frazzled. I can do that other ways. But yes, I put this on a couple groups. I announced my intentions of a sale. I mean, if you don't want to join, you don't want to join, that's fine. It's all up to you. If you do, that'd be great. I'd like as many people as possible to join in with me. There's a gnat or something. I will post my progress of it on Instagram and stuff using that hashtag remember 9/11 SAL. I also, what else? So I'm going to start that, obviously, on 9/11. More plans. I'll go with plans in a minute. All right, so there's 3 other things I wanted to touch on. First of all, I only got one thing, and anything I've ordered has been for something I'll show you in a minute. But otherwise, I got my monthly fabric in from Fortnite. It is Sonny and Cher. I'm getting 28 count fat quarters. And here it is. It's a yellow and pink. Now, all my other colors I've absolutely loved. And I'm not saying I don't love this one. I've absolutely loved them, like, yes. And this one came in and I was like, do I like it? And I don't hate it. It's just not something that I would normally order, but I think it has potential for any of my pixies or fairies or whatever, any of my mirabilias. I think I can fit one of those on there, and I think the colors would work. I don't have anything in mind for it, but I've got it. So when I'm ready, it's ready. Correct? When I say I've been ordering stuff, but it's not cross stitch, I mentioned before that I've been crazy on the Cricut and getting obsessed with it and coming up with different things. Well, my latest thing that I've come up with making are magnets. Car magnets slash fridge magnets slash wherever it's magnetic magnets, right? I know I don't have coffee right now. I actually have iced tea. It's so hot. My throat's dry. It's been so hot, I've been drinking a little bit more iced tea. Fun fact, I put a splash of pineapple mango drink first, and then put the sweet tea that I hand make. There's tea bags and boiled water. And it's really good. Anyway, so I got magnet sheets in the mail, and I got the UV protectant laminate in the mail and stuff like that. And what I've come up with so far are 2 that I put up on my group earlier this week. And I'm going to come up with more stuff. I just haven't gotten a chance. I finished cutting bags today, and I have to start ironing. So I'm trying to break up my time between it all. And one of the first ones I came up with was this one. It says, I love to stab things. And I can make this in several colors. Right now I have purple and red, but I can do requests for other colors. Not metallic, because my printer doesn't do metallic, but that's what I came up with first. These are a little over 4 inches. They're like 4.5 inches round. And then another one that I came up with, and this is 4 inches by like 3 inches. And it says witching 24/7 365. So that's another one that I've come up with. And I have ideas for a couple others. I've also been dabbling with stickers. As a matter of fact. And I've sent a lot out to friends recently. I'm trying to see if I have the ones. Sometimes I'll have misfires on, when I do them 2 at a time. Except for the rectangles, I can do 4 at a time. And if there's a problem, I'm not going to... Okay, so if I print out 4 of them and one of them gets messed up somehow, I'm not going to put it on the magnet sheet because it's going to waste the magnet sheet. So then I have stickers to send. Yeah, I made these little stickers that I sent it to people. I made them smaller this time than the last ones. And I made these that I want to send out. And I'll probably put them in the bags as I sell them. And that one. And then I've been having fun with this stuff. I made these little butterflies. You got to practice, so might as well make stuff you like or that other people like, right? So that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been stitching. That's what I've been doing. I do have plans that I'll tell you just in a minute, but I wanted to tell you about Ice Angel, the winner. I did a drawing, and I'll insert a picture here. I just used a random comment picker, and Tana Parente, I think that's how you say your name, you are the one that came up to win Ice Angel. So if you just contact me either on Instagram or by my Facebook group, you can message me there, or email me at StitchNButton@gmail.com, which is down below in the description. I will get this out to you, and I'm gonna put one of these in there. This is a sticker. It's also got the UV protectant on there, so, but it's a vinyl sticker. You can stick it on what you want. I mean, it'll come up. You just have to use some glue gun on it afterwards. But I'll send that to you. All right? Let me know. And I'm looking at other things, making sure. I made a list this time. I really did make a list. I did not do any kind of footwork for the under 1,000 sub club this time. I did watch a little bit of YouTube. Flosstube. But I was catching up on weeks and weeks of people that I normally watch, and I haven't watched anybody yet recently that's under 1,000. So, as I come across them, I will add that in to the videos, but for right now, I just don't have one this week. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put in at least 12 stitches on the Stormtrooper to get that done for 100, so it's just a nice round number. And then there's a pop-up for Crystal Academy. I don't even know what it's called. I just know that we have to collectively, each team has to do like just over 3,700 and some. It's like a really weird number. I don't know where they got the number from. I'm sure there's a meaning to the number that they came up with. But we have until like the 2nd to get these done. So I'm in the mood to stitch on something Halloween. Go figure. And I decided to pull this out. Now, it was going to be between Halloween Fairy, which is in Needleworker Magazine or something like that, that I had started. It was going to be between her and this one, and for some reason, this one just kept on popping in my head, so this is the one I'm going to work on for this pop-up. I forget where I got this. But I didn't pay $7,000 for it, and I was happy. Anyway, this one is being stitched on, I think I'm using a called for. I don't even know. It's been a while since I touched it. I think I'm using a called for Colors. And, oh my goodness. Alright, Cauldron. 28 count Lugana in Cauldron. Which I think is a pictures plus, I think. Anyway, I had started it anyway, a while ago. I think last Halloween or something, last October. And that's all I got done on it. Matter of fact, I didn't even know how much I got done on until I just looked at it. This needle minder is available on my group page. And we'll see how much I can get done. It's an easy stitch. If you look at the pictures, it's going to be really easy stitch. Little tiny motifs. Everything's like a little finish, isn't it? So, I'll just start stitching after I'm done here. I don't think I want to do the Cricut stuff tonight. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. Get this on a Q-snap and start my stitching. Oh, here it is. 28 count Cauldron. Thought I pulled the tag out. Alright, so that's all I got. That's it. I'll be back in a couple weeks, hopefully with some more stuff to show you. And don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine.